So the other day, I'm driving around during a really bad windstorm when I get a call from my wife. Hello? And she was all like, a really big tree just came down in the backyard. And I was like, oh snap. How big we talking? And she was all like, pretty big. And I was all like, that sounds pretty big. Did it damage anything? So then I was all like, on my way, sweet cheeks. Boop. Oh, and by the way, that wasn't really my wife. That was actually me wearing a wig. She doesn't even have red hair. And I actually wasn't driving. That's called a reenactment because I'm an amazing goddamn actor. But anyway, when I got home, the situation was about as shitty as you can imagine. Definitely a little daunting for someone to take on themselves, but I like to do things myself because I'm a glutton for punishment. That is a beautiful silhouette of a beautiful man doing a beautiful cutting stance. Anyway, what made this situation even shittier is I was doing this while sick with the flu. A flu B, to be more specific. You see, there's a flu A and a flu B. I don't know what the difference is, but flu B put me on my ass for like 2 weeks. But I didn't let that stop me because I'm so goddamn manly. These logs were no match for my gigantic goddamn muscles. That is just so serene and pretty. Drip. Here's a closer inspection of the damage that was done to my tree. Thanks to the invasive ash beetle, there are several gigantic dead ash trees in the plot of woods behind my house. One of them decided to come down, a big old bastard, right there, taking out the tree my kids used to swing on. That photo is actually from happier times, when the grass was green and the tree was upright. That's all that remains of the swing. Here's a shot of the impact crater. It doesn't look very impressive on video, but it's about 4 fingers deep, kind of like your mom. Let's get back to cutting, but safety first. At this point in the day, I was actually feeling really shitty and was starting to question my judgment. But then my manliness took over, and all that fear and precaution for my own safety was just bottled up like a goddamn Viking or some shit. Boing, boing, boing. By the way, I have the humor of a middle schooler. But in all seriousness, I didn't get it on video, but there was a point where a very large limb was wedged in between 2 branches, and it almost crushed me. So I was actually trying to be a little more cautious with this bad boy. It didn't really go as planned. The more I pushed it, the more wedged it actually became, and I verbalized my frustration here.
Fuck.
Lucky for me, this tree grew at such a weird angle. I'm not really sure how that happened, but it made it a lot easier to climb up and down constantly. Javelin, where was I? It made it a lot easier to climb up and down to constantly get stuck in wedged branches out of the branches. Safety first.